Good morning, survivors, and happy Friday! Today we're going to talk about why narcissists require that you doubt yourself. All right, so let's dig right in.
My name is Angie Atkinson, and this channel is all about teaching you what I know to be true. You really can create the life you want.
But first, do you have your coffee? This is one of my favorite dollar store cups. All right, let's get to it. So whether we're talking about childhood teasing or we're talking about real life grown-up put-downs, it's really not any fun to be on the receiving end of what can be a very painful insult from a narcissist. Of course, as much as you try to ignore the insults, you try to push them aside and understand that they're coming from someone who isn't quite together in certain ways. Part of it sticks to you. Part of it makes you think, you know what, maybe there really is something wrong with me. You might assume that people who insult you aren't intentionally trying to make you feel bad. But they're just trying to help, right? You might think that maybe they're being funny, or they're, showing affection, or being, oh, poke, poke, poke. It's just so funny. It's their sense of humor, While it might seem like an insult is nothing, like it's just you're being oversensitive, or you're thinking too much, or whatever, it sends you a message that you aren't good enough, that you're not right, that something's wrong with you. Sometimes insults can bounce right off, things that aren't true, like, if somebody says to you that you're just the dumbest person they ever met, you're probably not the dumbest person they ever met. People who have a lot of narcissistic tendencies tend to see themselves as more important than other people, and therefore they think they deserve better treatment. We like to call this entitlement in the business. And these people, as we all know, narcissists, they might spend a lot of time on their appearance, or they might think they're the center of the universe, or both. Or, there might be a lot of egocentric behavior. The belief that they are better than other people is really what the core of their personality is. It's really what makes the grandiosity factor such a big deal with narcissists. And because they think they're more important than other people, a lot of times they are taking advantage of those people, okay? So, as we all know, narcissists lack empathy, and they don't realize or care, usually, if their insults and remarks cause their targets pain. And of course, they're going to pronounce judgments like crazy. They're going to act like they have a right to judge people. And most of the time, you will be considered inferior by a narcissist. So sure, knowing the qualities helps. But when you know the qualities, then you understand exactly why it's so easy for a narcissist to hurt other people. And, while some people will tell you, and I will agree, that up to a point, narcissism in the toxic form is kind of a cover-up, because these people are, scared to be vulnerable because they're really secretly insecure, believe it or not. They insult other people to feel better about themselves. So they might be likely to make terrible comments about you when they're feeling threatened or in some way exposed. Do you understand? So why do they need you to feel bad about yourself is the question. Well, research has shown that narcissists are more likely to respond aggressively to you when they feel threatened by something like social rejection or personal rejection. They also really don't like it if they get any sort of negative feedback from anyone about anything. In general, most people rate themselves a little higher than they would rate other people, so the whole better than average effect, right? But narcissists should be, or are especially likely to do so when it comes to dealing with power and achievement. People who are ordinary with high self-esteem, people who are not narcissists, generally are going to judge themselves on how much they're liked by other people, where narcissists are going to judge themselves on power and achievement, because narcissists want to be liked by people, but they don't care as much as long as the people are behaving in the way that they find appropriate, if I'm sure you understand. As it turns out, narcissists want to put everybody down. They don't even care, in some cases, if there is a threat to their feelings of self-importance. So what it comes down to is that people who are not narcissistic in the toxic form will generally put people down only if they feel that they are being threatened, whereas narcissists who are not being threatened will still put people down. Does that make sense? So insulting people is just part of who they are. So no matter what you do, narcissists are going to try to make you feel bad about yourself. No matter what you do, you can't win over a narcissist, not really. That is, unless you're, of course, better than them and they think so. A narcissist will intentionally wear you down and push and push and push until you feel absolutely worthless and absolutely unappreciated. And while a lot of us have experienced that, a lot of us don't understand why that's happened. So we're going to talk about a few reasons that narcissists need you to feel bad about yourself, all right? Number one being that narcissists are not always, in fact, they're never above putting you down because of their own self-esteem. They think that when they insult you, it makes them superior to you. So the narcissist feeds his or her ego by making you feel bad about yourself, by holding power over you and of your emotions. So they are, unfortunately, very adept at making people feel various things. In the beginning, of course, you know that the narcissist held a lot of power over your positive emotions and your good reactions and the good things in your life. They did it by charming you, by imitating the perfect mate for you, by mirroring you and making you fall in love with the facade of what they were pretending to be instead of what they actually were. Whereas as time went on, the person took off the mask and you began to see who they really were. And the fact is that we all feel embarrassed when we find out what we've tolerated and what we've accepted. And, you know, I need you to understand the narcissist can manipulate anyone, no matter how smart they are. You could be a doctor, you could be a lawyer, you could be a police officer, you could be, you know, a life coach. Narcissists have done it to almost everyone in various types of financial situations, in various types of cultures, you know, it doesn't matter who you are, they'll get you if they want to get you, okay? Unless you're educated about it, and that's why I'm here. So when the narcissist learns to read you, learn what you need, what you want, what you hope, what you desire, they create a character that is so perfect for you that it makes your head spin and your heart flutter. And you think, oh my God, this is it, this is it, this is really, really it, right? But they are emulating, they're pretending to be that thing. And they're good at the performance, okay? But when the real narcissist emerges, of course, stuff gets sucky. And basically he or she will project their own horrible qualities onto you. They will refer to you as everything they are, narcissistic projection, of course. They will convincingly accuse you of being who they are, basically. All of the bad things that they are, they'll, oh, you're cheating on me, oh, you're ignoring me, oh, you're not spending time with me, oh, you don't care about me. And really that's how they feel about you, or they're doing to you. So it's kind of ridiculous. They'll point the finger at you then when you have a problem with being treated this way. They continue to feed their ego by controlling your emotions, your negative reactions. They will shame you, they will humiliate you, they will insult you, they will demonize you, they will gaslight you. And they will point the finger at you and say, you're crazy, you're out of control, da 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 da. And even, you know, calling you everything they are. Then they leave you, whether permanently or temporarily. They discard you. They abandon you emotionally, sometimes physically. They go tell all their friends. They smear campaign you. They tell everyone, you're crazy. I can't believe I had to put up with this crazy person. Everything is terrible. The worst part is that nobody gets it. I talked about this the other day. Unless you have been in a situation like this, or you are somehow educated about this outside of normal stuff, you don't get it. And so the narcissist kind of wins. See, the worst part is that, you know, it does make you look bad. It does make you look crazy. You do look like you've hurt them, and they do look like the damaged party. And then you're just like, oh my God, I feel so guilty, even though you really have nothing to feel guilty about. So remember, you can take back your power. Just because the narcissist makes you feel guilty or makes you feel bad or makes you feel crazy, it doesn't, you know, the key word here is that they made you do it. They implied that you are not bad, you are not crazy, and you haven't done anything wrong to feel bad about. You have just been trying. The narcissist has been playing a game with you, a game of manipulation, a game of, you know, teaching you that you're not good enough. And what you have to remember is that you do have control over your emotions. Although you may not have realized that in the past few years or whatever, as long as you've been with a narcissist, you have to understand that you do have some control, and the control that you have is over yourself and your own emotions. So refuse to deal with them when they're acting this way. You know, the best thing you can do is do the gray rock practice, where you don't give them one bit of your emotion. And remember that the more that you acknowledge this bullshit, the more that you acknowledge this negativity and this accusation type behavior, the belittling, the insults, the more they will continue to do it. If you just stop dealing with it, stop dealing with them when they behave that way, or entirely if you're lucky, they're going to get bored and they're going to move on and go attack someone else. And I'm not saying that you'd want them to attack someone else, but you certainly don't have to tolerate it yourself. And look, hey, if enough of us stop tolerating it, our whole world could change. Just saying. All right. I hope this is helpful for you. The bottom line is, the reason narcissists need you to feel bad about themselves is because they can control you that way. That's what it all comes down to. So that's what I got for you today. What do you think? Have you allowed a narcissist to control you in the past? And what are you doing to change that today? That's the question of the day. Question of the day. Have you ever allowed a narcissist to control you before? And are you still allowing it? If not, what did you do different? What did you do to change it? Let me know in the comments, because you might just help a fellow survivor to move forward in their own lives and do better. All right? I'm wrapping up. I got to get the girls to school. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you later today for another video. I've got a really exciting one coming for you, so stay tuned. Okay. See you later, guys. As always, thanks for letting me be a part of your day and a part of your life. And hey, thanks for being a part of mine. It really does mean a lot to me.
It's my mission to teach others what I know to be true. You really can create the life you want. Take care of your body. Take care of your soul. Nurture the real you and introduce him or her to the world. Be comfortable in your own skin and in your place in this world. Take your spot. Take it now. And the universe will take its cue from you. You feel me? If so, subscribe to my channel. Let's get it done together.